Please click the button below and subscribe. Okay, thanks. Hello, I'm the Dynamic Dipper from Morecambe Bay, and we are in Morecambe Bay today. Beautiful Morecambe Bay. I'll just, that way. Okay, it's absolutely glorious, and you'll have seen the videos on the way down as well. So today I wanted to talk about motivation to get in or get back into outdoor swimming. I have an outdoor swimming group called Outdoor Swimmers Total Beginners on Facebook, and some people have said that they need some motivation to sort of get the mojo back, if you will. And that sort of resonated with me a little bit because I last properly went in. Sorry, that's somebody shouting the dogs. I last properly went in January. I'm a skin swimmer all the way through the winter, and then I had a long period where I just didn't feel like I wanted to do it, and I didn't quite know what that was because that's not happened to me before. During the winter, usually I'm really sort of enthusiastic for winter swimming, so. And then I went in last weekend for my birthday. I had a birthday dip, and that was brilliant. And so I just wanted to talk to you about motivation. Okay, so I think it's important to acknowledge if you're doing distance training in the pool, that it is quite difficult to then go out in the outdoors and swim in the winter time. Okay, so it's just like, oh, why am I not doing it? Well, sometimes you just get a little bit sick of being in the water if you're doing really long distance in the pool, which is what's happening to me at the moment. And then the thought of coming back and then, getting ready for another dip in significantly colder water sometimes isn't the most appealing thing, and so you just need to cut yourself a bit of slack and think, actually, I've been training in the pool, I've done something active, and acknowledge that might be what it is. In terms of motivation, you need to pack your bag the night before, and I've said this before on videos. There isn't really much more to say. Pack your bag, put it in the boot of your car. It's already ready to go, and so there's not a faff of organising yourself in the morning. Here at Morecambe Bay, obviously we're in a bay, and the tide goes right out, and so we're not able to swim at some times of the day, and don't depend on tide times. Go to the rivers, go to the dive centres where you can swim, or the wheelie bin thing at home, that I've done a video on. So your cold plunge thing with the wheelie bin, or your barrels. And that's also a good way of being able to acclimatise to colder temperatures, because you just make it colder and colder each day, and you check that with your thermometer. So don't rely on tide times, because you'll just miss out days, and then your motivation will go. Try to do it in the morning, particularly if you have teenagers or children, younger children. Try and do it in the morning, and not get it out of the way, but really enjoy it, and just organise yourself for the morning before somebody says, I was hoping you could help me with this, or can you drop me off here? Where are you going now, Mum? Because I need to go to such and such. Get out of the house and get in the car before there's an opportunity for those people to ask those things of you. Also, decide why you're doing it. It's okay if your sister-in-law or your daughter or, your next door neighbour has said, oh, outdoor swimming's great, it's fantastic, it's got loads of health benefits. You've got to decide for yourself why you want to do it and what the benefits are for you. People are talking about it being the latest craze or whatever. I think it's something that's going to stay, and I think that you need to decide why you want to do it, and so there's more motivation. You've got the why as to why you're packing your bag and going and organising and planning your swim. And you just got to remember how good you feel afterwards. Set up a scrapbook, a diary around your swims. You can get swim log books where you can insert photos. Think about how good it is, how good you feel afterwards, and and just do some detail around that, and that will motivate you to carry on swimming. Okay. Also, decide whether you are a group swimmer. There's this thing about, join a group. your local swimming group, and that's the safety aspect, and that's true. You do need to join your local swimming group, but sometimes you want to have a swim on your own, and obviously there's lots of safety measures that you need to do if you do want to swim on your own. But decide whether you're a solitary swimmer and whether you do it for, you know, a little bit of peace and quiet, or whether you do it to make friends and be amongst other people and have a bit of a laugh. If you are going to swim alone, I would recommend you texting somebody what 3 words of your location before you get in wherever you are, and also make sure there's obviously service on your phone where you are, and tell somebody when you're expected back out, and then give them a call when you've come out, and you know, you need to always make somebody aware that you're going swimming and where you're going swimming at. Okay, and sometimes you've just got to not think about it. I'm just trying to get my notes up. Not very technical. Sometimes you've just not got to think about it until you get your toes in the water. So your bag's packed, you're going, it's just a bit like you're on autopilot, and you get in the car, or you walk to where you're swimming, and your toes hit the water, and then you're a little bit alive. And sometimes you've just not got to think about it until you're actually doing it. If that is that you've decided why you're doing it and you're wanting to do it for your mental health or your physical health. And that's it really from the Dynamic Dipper in Morecambe Bay. I'm going for a dip now. So see you soon. Bye.